translation 2 is a theoretical class. It should be practical, but it's theoretical anyway. The 90% of the grade of your grade is from the midterm and the final, and there is a 10% activity that will be done as usual after the midterms. Okay? So you are a very big number of students in this class. I don't think all of you will be joining us, but those who want to learn will join me every other Saturday. Okay? Perfecto. طيب عشان نكون مصحصحين مع بعض بدي ردات فعل خصوصي من شلة المشاغبات.
ولا يهمك.
ردات فعل بدي مشاركة you guys.
إن شاء الله.
Okay, so you all took translation 1 as this is translation 2. We covered a few things or a few aspects of translation in translation 1, and now we will cover other aspects of translation in translation 2. The first unit of this class talks about constraints and difficulties. What are the problems that a translator faces when he or she wants to translate? Okay, so there are major difficulties and problems and constraints that we see during the process of translation. Okay, so let me just, okay, right, good. So the first, the thing that we encounter is how different both languages are. We all know, and I talked about this in previous classes or previous courses, that both English and Arabic come from different families. Okay, one is a Semitic family or tree, which is the Arabic language, and the other is a Latin language that comes from the Latin tree or family. Okay, so there is a huge difference, a big gap between both Arabic and English. However, because of globalization, because of the internet, things have, this gap, this huge gap that used to be there has become a lot smaller. It is shrinking and shrinking, meaning that for the translation people, or for translators, it became easier for them to find equivalents in whether in the Arabic language or in the English language. What does equivalent mean? Who can tell me?
مصطلح لإلها، مصطلح مشابه.
Exactly, مصطلح مشابه إلها. Something, a word, a phrase, a sentence that is similar to the source text one. Okay? So we said that the first problem that a translator encounters is the difference between both languages. The second problem that the translator faces is the difference in the grammatical structure, in the grammar, in the structure, in the nature of the language. Okay, they are different. For example, we start the English language with what? How do we start a sentence?
جملة اسمية.
جملة
اسمية.
which is in English بيان.
الناون مع الناون.
Yeah, بيان. Tell me.
شو نسيت يا دكتورة، كمل يا نور.
بيان you said right. جملة اسمية. What is it in English?
noun.
Noun, exactly.
Oh.
We start a sentence in English with a noun, right? However, in Arabic, how do we start a sentence in Arabic?
جملة فعلية.
In English, try to speak in English, you guys.
In the verb.
خلاص عديناها مرحلة إنه we are shy, we can't speak in English. أخذتوا معي كورسات، ما يكفي إنكم تبلشوا تحكوا بالإنجليزي. يلا. How do we start a sentence in English? Yes, in Arabic. Sorry, yes, Iman.
With verb. A sentence and verb.
With a verb, exactly. So as a translator, as a skilled translator, you need to know the difference between the grammar, structure, the nature of both languages. That's why English and Arabic should be your native language. Okay? You need to understand English as well as you understand Arabic, so that you can become a good translator. Okay? So this is the second. And the third problem that may arise is the linguistic aspect of the language. It means what's the difference in the environment, in the culture, in how people talk, in their manner of communication, of speech. These also affect the process of translation. And they are a big problem. That's why I told you that English and Arabic should be your native languages, because if you don't know one aspect of or the other in both languages, it will be a problem or a difficulty for you when you come to translate. Okay? So, what do they tell us? Language is not simply a grammatical system, but it is a comprehensive image or index of a culture. So in this culture, the manner of speaking, the way people live, the environment, the background, the history, the grammar, the structure, the rhetoric, everything is part of the language that the translator should be aware of, should know, in order for them to translate in a proper way. Okay? So, culture and translation, they go hand in hand. They always go together. Okay? So what does culture mean? Culture means, culture means the way people live. How do they communicate? How do they interact in a social what? Environment. Okay? And therefore, there are some aspects of the culture that are necessary to understand in order for us to translate properly. Okay? So these aspects, and you guys, those who took Introduction to Translation, know them because we talked about them. These are material aspects, conceptual aspects, philosophical aspects, political, religious, customary, beliefs, and traditions. All of these constitute your culture. Okay? So, since, as I said, globalization, the invention of the internet, the development in technology, and all these factors have made the world smaller. They have made it more approachable. Okay, so some or many of these words, phrases, and sentences have become universal. طبايا في حدا فاتح المايك عندكم طالع الصوت. Sorry. شو يعني universal؟ يعني common، مشتركة بين اللغتين. اوكي، يعني we can find equivalence easily for them. Okay, so equivalence is possible. طيب. Translation, of course, as we know and saw before, translation shouldn't be rigid. It should be flexible. Okay? When translating cultural words, we have to take into consideration that there is a variety of these cultural words from one linguistic community to another. يعني from one linguistic community to another, it means from one language to another language system. Okay? Why? As I said before, we are from two different families. We don't belong to the same background. However, what happened is that when the Western world conquered the Arab world, they brought us their culture. The same when the Futuhat, the Islamic Futuhat, went into Europe, they also brought our culture to them. Okay, so there was an exchange of both cultures. Okay, an exchange in the level of the word and at the level of the phrase, the sentence, and the paragraphs. Okay, so it made it easier to find equivalence. Those who took Introduction to Translation, you should remember these. We talked about some classification of cultural words. Why do we talk about cultural words? Because these are the most difficult words to translate. Some, as we said, are universal. They have their equivalent. Some are specific to some culture. Okay, so we will have a harder time translating them or finding proper equivalent to them. Oh, yeah, equivalence. Okay, so these are special physical geographical feature, flora and fauna. Concrete aspects of culture like the name of towns, houses, transports, clothes, food, drinks, etc. Aspects of social culture like the title, work, and creation, statuses, okay? And the final one, organization, institutions, activities, and customs. The name with our words associated with these concepts, like social, political, administrative, artistic, religious, etc., etc. Okay? These are the four main aspect or classification of the cultural words that may have equivalence or may not have equivalence. Okay? So when we talk about the first one, the physical or geographical feature, flora and fauna, we say that many geographical feature or physical phenomena are universal. So it's easy to find an equivalent for them. Okay? So what could be some translation techniques, ya Mariam? Mariam.
يلا دكتورة. Either we find counterparts from them in all languages. They are transferred, that is, borrowed as they are by either describing or explaining it or adding a culture-free term to it.
Exactly. So we have two aspects. They are either, we find either a counterpart, يعني counterpart, an equivalent, right? We either find an equivalent in the Arabic language if we are translating for English or vice versa, okay? Or we do what we call a borrow. We borrow from these names. Okay, like for example, the English word is television. When I say it in Arabic, how do I say it?
تلفزيون.
Both, right? You're all correct. All of you are correct. We have a counterpart. We have an equivalent, which is تلفاز. Okay, and we have a borrowed word, which is تلفزيون, right? So we either have this or that, or we have both. So as we said, which technique is the one that we use? There is no concrete way. Okay, you have to see the recipient of your text, your translated text. Are they highly educated? Are they medium level educated? Will they understand تلفاز or will they understand تلفزيون? Okay, so it's up to the translator to choose the correct way to translate a text. Okay, it all depends on the cultural, linguistic, and technical level of the readership, as I said. It depends on your readers. طيب, let's take for example. يلا يا ياسمين. Read the word and its equivalent.
Prairie.
Prairie.
المرج أو أجرد.
Exactly. So the word prairie has an equivalent called مرج. Okay, a natural equivalent in Arabic. طيب, steppe يا إيمان.
السحب سهل واسع خالي من الشجر.
Okay, what did they do here?
They give a definition.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
They gave us a definition because it's not an old word in Arabic. Okay, so that we know about it. Savannah يا أثيل.
Yes, السافانا سهل الشجرة فيه.
طيب, السفناء. What is this? Is it an equivalent or is it a borrowing?
No, equivalent.
Yeah.
Oh, no, borrowed. Because
Exactly.
Because he.
Do we have savannah in the Arabic world?
No.
It's in Africa, right?
Yes.
It's not the Arab. It's not in the Arab world. So we don't have a proper equivalent of savannah. So we borrowed the word from the African, the English African dictionary, right?
Yes.
Okay, same goes for all the other, the tundra, the pampa. These all belong to the geographical feature of the first category. We said that we also have fauna and flora. What does it mean? It means animals and plants. Okay, so we also have words, but these are common words, so they have equivalence, except for a few plants and few insects and animals that we don't have in the Arab world. Okay, we have them in they have them in other parts of the world. Okay, so we borrow them. Tamam? Okay, so animals like the equivalent of lion, asad, the birds, turkey, dikrumi, insects, wasp, or mosquito, bauda, trees, apricot, mishmish, vegetables, carrot, jazar. These are all universal. We have them So eventually, naturally, we have an equivalent for them. Okay? The second one is material or concrete aspects of culture. أسماء المباني, أسماء المواقع. These are concrete aspects. Okay? Many terms in this category are not cultural specific. يعني it's easy to find an equivalent for them. Okay? Some have culture specific things. يعني لما طلعوا ناطحات السحاب, skyscrapers, okay, we didn't have in the Arabic language skyscrapers, ناطحات سحاب. We didn't have it before. So we borrowed it. Then we introduced our own equivalent when we started building these skyscrapers. Okay? So these techniques, يا روان, what are the translation techniques that we use for these material or concrete aspects? يلا يا روان. طيب يلا يا ضحى. صبايا لما أنادي اسمكم يا ريت إنكم تكونوا موجودين لتشاركوا معنا. نور.
Translation techniques. Either we find acceptable equivalents, borrowed with or without any naturalization. Some need description.
Okay, perfect, Noor. Thank you. So we either have an acceptable equivalence or we borrow them and we do some naturalization. شو يعني naturalization؟ يعني بندخلها في تشكيلات اللغة العربية زي نضيف لها شو اسمه الجمع المؤنث السالم أو جمع التكسير أو كذا، بنخليها تكون natural. من كلمة naturalization جاي من كلمة natural. أوكي؟ بنضيفها على اللغة بشكل طبيعي، أو بعدها بيحتاج description زي اللي شفت المثال الأول اللي شفناه قبل شوي لما حطوا الكلمة وحطوا تفسيرها معها. أوكي؟ So for example sorry إيمان.
مدينة city, town بلدة, village قرية, street شارع, car سيارة, سوق.
Okay, good. So you get the idea. Okay?
Yes.
Every one of these has its own equivalent. هلا حكينا they could be acceptable equivalent, they could be borrowed with naturalization, or they could need some descriptions. Like يا بيان, acceptable equivalence. Give me just 2 examples.
وين؟ college كلية, hotel فندق.
Okay, that's it. Okay, acceptable equivalence. College مقابله كلية لأنه we have it. Hotel مقابله فندق because we have it. كمان بيان borrowed without naturalization.
فيلا
With or without, sorry.
كابينة وراديو عكستهن راديو وراديو صح؟
خلاص. Okay, villa. We did borrow. Okay. راديو. كابين شو عملنا لها؟ naturalization. كابينة أنثناها. أوكي، ضفناها لموسوعتنا واستخدمنا التأنيث فيها. طيب إيمان، آخر وحدة اللي هي need description، أعطيني بس وحدة منها.
كوي or
كوي
و pointer مؤشر ورصيف البناء.
لا أعطيني وحدة. كوي وشو تفسيرها؟
كوي رصيف الميناء اللي هي اللي تحميل السفن فريغها. need to description. So اوكي.
شو عملنا؟ اعطيناها
meditation.
شو تفسير، right؟
Yes.
يعني لما تقولي سكرول لفافة، طب لفافة شو؟ ما بنعرفها. اوكي، شو اعطونا؟ اعطونا تفسير او الدرش اللي هي اللفيف من الورق.
Yes.
اوكي، فاعطانا description. هاي بالنسبة ل concrete material and concrete aspect of culture. الصنف الثالث او الكاتيجوري الثالثة اللي هي aspect of social culture. اوكي، نفس الشيء بالنسبة لهاي الكاتيجوري زي اللي قبلها، يا اما acceptable equivalence، يا اما borrow، we borrow the word with naturalization or without، أو we give some description. okay، ولكن you have to be careful with social terms. هاي terms حساسة شوي. okay، so you need to be careful in. أسيل, give me one example or two examples. يلا.
Butchers is الجزار أو اللحام. An engineer is مهندس.
VIP.
What?
VIP.
Yes, a very important person. شخص عظيم الشأن. زي لما نحكي إحنا بلغتنا VIP.
So إحنا بالضبط إحنا we borrow it, right?
Yes.
We borrowed the word VIP، ولكن لما بدك تيجي تكتبيها بشكل بلغة صحيحة تكتبيها شخص عظيم الشأن. Okay? So these are the aspects of cultural categorization. Okay? في اللي هي title, sir, ma'am, your excellency، في التايتل تبعت الacademics، doctor, mr, sir, whatever. Okay? في عندكم statuses, president, شو اسمه earl, lady, lord. هدول for example we don't have them in our language. We have king and queen, right? We have prince, princess, but we don't have lady, lord, earl, baron. هدول كلهم it's more British شو اسمه terms, terminology. Okay, so we borrowed them. Some have been naturalized, some have stayed without naturalization. Now the last one is the organization, institutions, activities, customs, concepts, and beliefs, the names and words associated with these categories. Same as the other ones, all of them, as we saw so far, the four categories, we either borrow, or we either, have an equivalent. We either borrow them with or without naturalization, or we add a description. Okay? For example, in this category, the names of institutions, acronyms, شو يعني acronyms?
الاختصارات أعتقد.
Yes. Political parties, concept, religious terms, all of these follow under or flow under the organization, institutions, activities, customs, concepts, and beliefs category. Okay? So, for example, يلا يا let's see. Saja, give me two examples. Mariam.
دكتورة يلا. National Assembly is usually rendered as الجمعية الوطنية.
Okay, another one من الacronyms.
تحت يونسكو منظمة هيئة الأمم للتربية والعلوم والثقافة.
Okay, so in Arabic, we use the acronym UNESCO in Arabic as UNESCO. Same. So the first time you write the name of something, you write it as a whole. منظمة هيئة الأمم للتربية والعلوم والثقافة. Okay, between brackets, اليونسكو. Later, If it's mentioned again, you use only the appropriate acronym, which is acceptable and UNESCO. Okay? All right. Now, these, the ones that we talked about, are the categorization of cultural words. We said that some cultural words may be difficult to understand or find an equivalent to them, but most of them have become common, universal. They have equivalents, okay? So if you're stuck in a specific word or on a specific word, you can find it easily if you do an internet search for it, okay? But, and this is important for you as future translators, do not take the first word you see for granted. You have to search for more sources. If all or most of the sources give you the same translation, you can use it. If they have differences, you need to check which one is the better fit, okay? So don't just do a search on Google, find the first word you see and put it. You have to use more than one source, okay? So, hello. As I gave the example of skyscraper, when it was first used, it was called a neologism. What does a neologism mean, ya Noor?
There are words out there that are called neologism, meaning a newly coined word or expression, مستحدث.
Okay, these are words that are new. At that time, skyscraper was new. So the word ناطحة سحاب was a new translated word. It is called neologism. Okay, so a neologism is any word that has been recently coined. Coined يعني coin مستخدم. Okay, كيف لما نقول pin something, it's like this. It was pinned. Okay, so like the word that you see in front of you, I think these are French words: détente, انفراج, rapprochement, تقارب, coup d'état, انقلاب. Okay? So translators شو مالهم are always advised to keep up to date. إذا بتتذكروا في لقاءات سابقة في مواد ثانية حكيت لكم إنه في هيئة عامة للمترجمين. أوكي؟ هاي هيئة أو مش للمترجمين، للغة، هيئة أصحاب اللغة. مثلا اللغة العربية عندها هيئة خاصة من جميع الدول العربية بيجتمعوا سوا، بيكون في مثلا سنة أو سنتين بمروا، بيدخل على اللغة العربية كلمات جديدة neologism words. أوكي؟ شو بيعملوا؟ بيجمعوها، بيعملوا اجتماع لهاي الهيئة، وفي هاي الهيئة تقر إذا هذه الكلمات صالحة أن تدخل في المعجم العربي. أوكي؟ يعني إذا لقينا كلمات مرادفة طبيعية إلها تدخل، بيتم التصويت عليها وتدخل في معجم اللغة العربية. Otherwise, they are called borrowed words. أوكي؟ لا تدخل في المعاجم العربية ولكن تستخدم في اللغة العربية ك borrowed words. فthese are هاي النيولوجيزم ذات أهمية كبيرة لأن اللغة دائما تتطور. أوكي، دائما بيدخل عليها أشياء جديدة. فبالتالي هاي الهيئة تجتمع أظن كل سنتين أو 4 مرة واحدة تجتمع، وبتقرر إيش الكلمات الجديدة اللي تستخدم أو عم بيستخدموها الناس بشكل مكثف. هل تصلح أن تكون جزء من قاموس اللغة العربية؟ أوكي. هاي بالنسبة للنيولوجيز. هلا في عنا two parts phrasal verbs. عنا the phrasal verb that are English phrasal verbs and we have Arabic phrasal verbs. These are special types of idioms. اوكي شو الidioms يا جماعة بالعربي؟
مصطلحات.
تعبير اصطلاحي. Yes نور. Exactly. Okay. It is made up of a verb فعل followed by a preposition or an adverbial particle. يا إما بيتبعها الفعل preposition or out in on أو بيجي وراها adverbial particle اللي هي كلمات زي come back, break down, fall off أو التنين come back in. Okay? These are called phrasal verbs. There are three types of phrasal verb. We have the transparent type. شو يعني transparent؟ هدول ما بنقدر نزيحهم عن بعض. دائما
مع بعض.
الفعل واللي بيجي وراه دائما بيكونوا لازقين في بعض. اوكي؟ زي get out of هاي كلمة واحدة. ما بنقدر نحط إشي بيناتهم اللي هي معناها يتهرب من أو يتملص من. ممكن تكون semi-transparent. They could be separated. زي get away with. بنقدر نحط كلمة get the hell away with. أوكي يعني شو بيفلت من العقاب. opaque. هاي الكلمات ما غير مفهومة إلا إذا قرأنا الكونتكست تبع التكست. أوكي لحالها stand alone مرات بتكون صعبة على الواحد إنه يفهمها. هلا اللي مكتوبة هون سهلة. مثلا send down إذا بدنا نفهمها send down إحنا بنفكر إنه يبعث لتحت يرسل شيء صح؟ ولكن معناها he was sent down from Oxford without a degree. شو يعني؟ expelled. لو إنه هاي الكلمة ما أجت في الجملة بيكون صعب علينا نفهم شو معناها بخلاف semi-transparent والtransparent. Okay? So let's take one by one. When we said transparent يعني هدول they cannot be separated. They have to be one entity. Like what يا بيان? Give
Come
me the
in.
examples.
Come in, go out, go up, play
شو
with.
يعني come in؟ أعطيني العربي. come in
يدخل.
يدخل.
Go out يخرج. Go up يصعد. Play with
Okay.
يلعب. Okay.
So from these we understand the concept, right? We understand what it means. Those and they are together. They are fixed together. We can't separate them. The second type we said is semi-transparent. It is easy to separate them. Like what? Yeah, let's see. روان. أو روان مش معنى. ضحى. وضحى مش معنى كمان. أوكي. نور سليمان.
سي يودع. come about يحدث.
سي إيش يا نور؟ مش سي لحالها.
at the station. at the station.
See
See
somebody off at the station.
yes يودع.
شو هي الفريزال verb؟ see off.
see
اوكي؟ الفريزال verb هي see off. حكينا انه هدول بنقدر نبيعدهم عن بعض. see somebody off at the station. شو يعني؟
يودع.
يودع. Exactly. Give me another one.
come about يحدث.
يحدث. Okay, so this can also be separated. Come to see something about. okay. see something about يعني يحدث شيء يحدث okay. وآخر واحد حكينا these are difficult to understand unless they are put in a sentence. يا ياسمين give me 2 examples.
see to something يهتم بالأمر أو يولي الأمر عناية. و send up
exactly.
يرسل في طلب شخص أو شيء. أول معنى. ثاني معنى يشعر بشيء أو يتحكم عليه.
اوكي إذا قلت لك send up أول شيء أنا لما قريت send up يا ياسمين فكرت بإنه طلعوا لي الإشي صح؟ so it's not طلعوا لي شغلة it's يرسل في طلب شخص أو شيء اوكي مش stand up ولكن call for someone or bring something to me okay. So these are words, phrasal verbs that cannot be understood unless they are put in a sentence. Now we have the Arabic ones, and the Arabic the particles here following the verb is more frequent than a preposition. Okay, we see a particle more than a preposition within the phrasal verbs in Arabic. Okay, as in English, they have some that can be separated, some that cannot be separated, and some that need to be put into a sentence to understand the meaning of the sentence. Like, yeah, Mariam, give me 2 examples. يلا.
Okay. رغب في الشيء in English means desire or want. رغب عن الشيء means dislike. نظر
شفتوا إنه خلص بكفي. شفتوا إنه الحرف الجر هذا في أو عن غير المعنى تماما. رغب في الشيء يعني desired اشتهاه. رغب عن الشيء يعني he doesn't or she doesn't want it anymore. Okay? طيب. The next thing we will talk about is idiom. Why we are talking or we will talk about idioms? Because idioms are the second hardest thing to translate between English and Arabic. Okay? The first one are cultural specific words or phrases. The second thing or most difficult thing to translate are idioms. Okay? These are phrases made up of 2 or more words or sentences, full sentences. We have 2 types. في الباقي كان عندنا 3 types. في هاي we have 2 types. إما transparent or semi-transparent and opaque. هدول نفس الشيء. So transparent idiom حكينا هدول اللي بنقدر نبعدهم عن بعض. اوكي. مثلا اقرأي لي هاي أثيل.
Yes. Virgins are virgins. مفاتمات.
Gone. Foregons are foregons.
Oh, forgone.
من كلمة gone ذهب. شو هي بالعربي؟
مفاتمات. اللي فات مات.
مات. اوكي.
Yes.
شو هاي مثلا؟
Behind one's back. من وراء ظهره.
من وراء ظهره عمل الشغلة. Okay, we say he did the thing behind his father's back. عمله من وراء ظهر أبوه. Okay. Okay. And the ones who can't be separated are more difficult to understand unless we know the context in which these idioms were used. Same in Arabic. في عندنا كثير أشياء بالعربي idioms أو proverbs أو هاي الأمور انحكت في مواقف معينة. إذا الواحد ما كان عارف المواقف اللي انحكت فيها هاي الإديومز ما حيعرف يفسرها بالطريقة الصحيحة. أوكي؟ زي مثلا في العربي عندنا مجبر أخاك لا بطل. إمتى انحكت هاي؟ طب ليش انحكت هاي؟ طب شو الفائدة من وراها؟ أو شو العبرة من وراها؟ زي مثلا أطبق الطنجرة عتمها بتطلع البنت لأمها. What does it mean? When was it used? How can we use it? Okay? What are the equivalents in English that we need to use to give the same meaning? So these are the type of difficult idioms that we have. Okay? Like one of these, like يلا يا مثلا خلينا نقول بيان اقرأي هاي.
Hocus pocus.
Hocus pocus. Okay, we have all heard of hocus pocus in the magic realm. Okay, what does it mean?
دجل.
دجل. Okay. مثلا this one.
مين أنا؟
Yeah.
a sitting duck.
A sitting duck. Is it a duck sitting?
لا مش حرفي.
What does it mean?
هدف سهل.
Yes. He was a sitting duck for the Israeli soldiers to kill مثلا. Okay. كان هدف سهل للإسرائيليين إنهم يقتلوه. So you use this idiom. To use these idioms, you need to know, to understand what they mean in order to find the perfect equivalent in the other language. Okay? هلا. Most difficult idioms are those that are colloquial, of course. Okay? Because they were made for a certain group in the community. Okay? بعدين انتشر. They have their own length, their own structures, their own meaning. Okay? And some have the wording in the idiom. The wording of an idiom could be not clear, but the translator needs to put some effort in order to understand or make what we call an educated guess. بعدين شو بيساوي؟ He or she has to go and search the internet for it. Iman, can you read this one?
Shoot a line.
This one, Iman.
This one on her mother's
The
birthday.
one in red, yeah, Iman.
Oh, okay. Get lost.
Get lost. شو يعني بالعربي؟
أغرب عن وجهي، غور من وجهي.
Exactly. طيب اقرأي لي هاي.
مش مبين عندي سهم أو إشي، يعني أنت بتأشري لي على إشي؟
عم بحط لك على الأحمر بالأحمر، مش شايف الأحمر؟
لا مش مبين عندي إشي، عشان هيك أنا بحكي شو وين أروح. Which one?
هيك
No. مش عارف، أنا حاطط عم
ولا
بثبت.
بالأصفر؟
لا ما كانش يبين عندي.
طيب آخر شيء
أوكي.
يا إيمان.
Okay. Acting on plan
لا شو اسمه؟ أوكي طيب مش مشكلة. كملي.
Hit the bucket. Hit the bucket. This one?
No. هي نفسها اللي تحت. اقرأيها.
Acting on planned impulse. She turned
blind impulse.
They turned the car to the left باندفاع غريزي أو أعمى.
اوكي. blind impulse. هل احنا بنستخدم كلمة اندفاع غريزي ولا بنستخدم كلمة اندفاع أعمى؟
No.
شو بنستخدم؟
أعمى.
صح؟ It's more natural. هلا the educated guess could be اندفاع غريزي، ولكن after research to know how to see how we use it in Arabic, we use اندفاع أعمى. Okay? لما كيف بنحكي احنا بالعامية انه هاي الشغلة عمتني، مش شايفة، مش شايفتها. Okay, same goes for that. Okay, so we have what we call the translatability of idioms. يعني how to translate, are the idioms translatable or not? Okay, now in today's world, with today's technology, with today's internet advance and research and the AI intelligence, we can say that we have 99% of everything is translatable. 1% of the things may be not translatable or hard to translate. Okay, ولكن we will go with the notion that everything is translatable. Okay, so there are 4 ways to translate idiom. We either are, as translators, lucky and we find a similar idiom in the other language, like eyewitness, shahid ayan, or we concentrate on the meaning. There is no equivalent, direct equivalent, ولكن we focus on giving the same meaning both in English and in Arabic. Okay, زي the tip of the iceberg. مثلا ما خفي كان أعظم. حكيت لكم مرة إنه الآيسبرغ بيكون هو جبل جليدي تحت أو بيكون طالع فوق المي. اوكي، بس التب تبعه بيكون تحت فوق المي، اما الجبل كامل بيكون تحت المي. فعشان هيك بنقول ما خفي اعظم، يعني احنا شايفين بس القمة ولكن الجبل كامل تحت المي غير مرئي. اوكي، الثالثة بتكون paraphrasing. اذا الاولى equivalent مباشر، الثاني meaning، الثالث بنعمل paraphrasing. What does paraphrasing mean?
بنعيد تشكيل الجملة، بنعيد ترتيبها. صح؟
بنعيد
صيغتها هذيك reorganization.
بنعيد صياغة الجملة. Exactly. Okay. زي clear the deck for action، يتأهب أو يتخذ شو؟ اللي هو
أحبة.
الأهبة.
أهبة. Okay. Thank you for the Arabic lesson. يتخذ الأهبة. Okay. أو يتأهب. Wow. The last one is to do something called a literal translation. However, it's not very convenient. Okay. يعني as much as you can try to avoid literal translation. If it's there, use it. If it's not, try to avoid it. مثلا the exception that proves the rule، الاستثناء الذي يثبت القاعدة، which is okay, it's understood ولكن it's literal. Okay. Okay, the last few things we will talk about, this is part of that. There are some rare cases between English and Arabic that using, as I said, word-for-word translation of idioms should be avoided, ولكن some rare occasion can be used. Okay, some rare occasions can be. Do you need to know them? Yes, you do. If you know them, you will have more words, vocabulary. You will gain more insights, okay, into the words, the phrases, the idioms of the English and Arabic language. So, for example, we can translate do without, يعمل بدون. I feel like $1 million. يشعر كأنه $1,000,000. It doesn't make sense a lot, ولكن it is used. Okay? هلا, we said that we have neologisms, new words. We said that we have borrowed words. We said that we have equivalents. And now we have something called unfindable words. كلمات, we can't find it. So what do?
نفس المعنى.
بنعربها.
ايش
بيان؟
بنعربها.
Yes, exactly. بنعربها, we borrow it, we use calc, there are lots of strategies that we can use. Okay? ولكن شو يعني unfindable words؟ هي الكلمات غير الموجودة في القاموس. That's it. Okay? These are called unfindable words. زي مثلا ايش؟ Names of products. This is one of them. زي Tide. مسحوق الغسيل Tide. Kleenex. شو بنحط لها؟ مناديل ورق Kleenex. بنعطيها description. اوكي؟
هذيك المرة حضرت فيديو عن كلينكس إنه واحدة بتسأل فالكل بيحكي لها محارم فحكت الإجابة غلط. كلينكس هي يعني مش إنها معناها المحارم، هي شركة عالمية معناها
ماركة.
يس، فالكل بفكر إن كلينكس يعني محارم.
ما هي بتصير ترند. بتصير كلينكس هي خلاص ترند كلينكس للمحارم. بامبرز مثلا ترند مارك لحفاضات الأطفال. اوكي؟ مع انه في كثير انواع وفي كثير براند out there، بس خلص لما تقولي هاي صارت معروفة انه خلاص we use it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Names of places. في كلمة في أماكن مش مبينة على الخريطة لدرجة إنه مش مكتوبة في أو معربة أو ملاقين لها equivalents في اللغة العربية فتركينها زي ما هي. زي مايكرونيجيا تاركين اسمها مايكرونيجيا. Okay? Names of persons زي مايك زي جورج زي April
Jack.
whatever. Okay? Yes. بيان.
لا ولا شيء جاوبت بس.
ايش جواب؟
قلت جاك.
Jack. Yes, exactly. Jack Sparrow. Okay. Acronyms. Say UNESCO, WHO, WHO, FAO. Do you know the WHO stand for what?
Yes.
Tell me.
World Health Organization.
Yes. Do you know FAO stands for what?
أتوقع Food Association إيش هيك مش عارف إيش food أتوقع.
كويس
Yes,
كانوا بس
it's food something organization.
Food and agriculture.
ممكن.
لا هي على جوجل هي.
طلعتك على جوجل هيك اوكي. يا غشاشة يا بيان.
شو بدي أعرفني يا دكتور؟
Okay, so there are other general words like slangs, taboo words, specialized language. All of these can be unfindable. Unfindable برجع بعيد غير مدرجة في القاموس. Okay, ولكن they could have equivalents out there. All right. And the final thing is a translator should never ignore to translate these. Never ignore them. You have to translate them. You have to do a research to find the right equivalent. Sometimes one page can take up to 2 to 3 hours to translate just because you need to do your research, okay? And find the equivalent words. So this is unit 1 of this of translation 2. I want us to do a small training practice, okay, of the translation. Let me just put the presentation up. You need to practice, you guys, okay? Always practice. always
ولا
always
واجب؟
practice. لا practice now.
Okay.
Tell me when you see it.
ما يجاش.
We see. I see.
You see it? Okay, good. ما
اوكي.
اجاش يا بيان عندك يعني
لا
اجا.
لا لا هيجا اجا.
Okay. All right, let's do a few. Okay, you see the table?
Yes.
Yes,
All right,
doctor.
there are words in the table. أظن من عندكم فيكم تكبروا الشاشة كمان. Okay? So,
جات وين؟
translate the first, let's see, the first five. The first five of the English one. Translate them into Arabic. I will give you 2 minutes. Okay? Let me just put the timer. 2 minutes. Yalla, start. One more minute.
خلصنا.
Good. Thirty seconds. Okay. Now do the Arabic one. The first 5 Arabic words. Go.
خلصت.
Okay. الكل خلص؟
المفروض سهلات يعني.
Yes.
Okay. Just give you 30 seconds more.
دكتورة بس عدم مؤاخذة أنا ما انتبهتش أنت شو طلبتي من الصبايا.
ترجمي يا نور.
اوكي ترجمة. تمام.
شايف الجدول اللي قدامك يا نور؟
شايفته انا واضح عندي هذا
ما هو
major
هذا اللي طلبت الترجمة، أول 5 كلمات من الإنجليزي وأول 5 كلمات من العربي.
هذا اللي هو major difficult
إيش هو؟
اللي هو major difficult and constraints.
لا. في جدول قدامك في curious, adventurous, creative.
لا مش
في عندك أسهم تحت الجدول يا نور؟
لا انا مش واضح عندي لا مش هذا مش
مكتوب let's translate the following words.
لا مش هذا
نور،
المكتوب.
الجدول مكتوب عليه let's translate the following words. شايفتيه قدامك ولا لا؟
لا مش مبين عندي.
طيب.
لا
في أسهم تحت الجدول.
بس هذا يعني
الشاشة الرئيسية تحكمي
أسهم.
من عندك، انت تحكمي في الشاشة من عندك.
كلتر لحظة شوي أنا هي
السلايد الثانية يا
رقم
نور
2 يعني. رقم 2 الشريحة الثانية يعني. طيب. اوكي يلا. شو حطيته لكلمة curious؟
فضولي.
فهمتي يا نور؟
اوكي. Yes. Adventurous.
مغامر.
Yes. Creative.
مبدع.
مبدع.
Yep. Peaceful.
سالم.
هادئ.
Okay. Okay. Confident.
واثق.
Okay. صادق.
honest.
Yes. مخلص.
faithful.
loyal.
عندي
أوكي.
كمان واحدة باش true hearted.
شو؟
true hearted.
True hearted. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Could be. شو هي؟ مستقل.
Yes.
independent.
يا مشهور.
famous.
or popular.
Charming.
Charming. Okay. So yes, most of you got it right. Okay. So فضولي، مغامر، إبداعي، أو ملهم، سلمي، أو peaceful. هذا سلمي. يس. كريم. واثق. سوري. كريم. honest, loyal, independent, famous, charming. شفتوا انتوا اعطيتوني كمان كلمات تانية. ممكن ككلمة كترجمة كلمة لكلمة ممكن يكون في إلها أكثر من كلمة، ولكن إذا كانت في جملة معينة بدنا نوقف ونفكر which word is the correct one to use. Okay? So it depends on the content or context of the text. Let's do the first 5 sentences. شايفتيها هلا يا نور؟
لا مش مبين معي دكتورة.
أي شريحة دكتورة؟ أنا مش
الشريحة الرابعة هاي.
حطي إذا في عندك كلمة مقدم العرض بالنص بترجع إلى محل ما الدكتورة بتكون، يعني تحت بكون مقدم العرض، تمشي مع الدكتورة هيك أفضل. أنا زمان ما كانتش تطلع عندي، آخر فترة صارت تطلع، أصلا كنت أمشي يعني أنا لحالي معاكي دكتورة أوقات، بعرف تكون هيك.
ما هو المشكلة إذا بتكبسوا أنتوا على الأسهم بتروح من عندي، يعني إنه بتبطلوا تمشوا معاي.
لا زمان
مش لازم تكبسوا على الأسهم.
زمان ما كانتش تبين عندي كلمة مقدم العرض في النص، جديد يعني لها فترة بس.
طيب هلا هدول أول 5 جمل. You will try to translate them. Okay? I will give you 3 minutes. Go. نور هلا بحاول ابعث لك اياهم على شو اسمه الشات.
افضل لان مش مبينه الشريحه.
يا ريت
يلا لحظة خليني بس اطول هون. ان شاء الله يضبط بس. Let me check. وصلوكي نور على الشات؟
شكرا.
تمام يسلموا دكتورة شكرا.
اوكي جربي حلي هلا قد ما بتقدري بعدين نشوف وين نوصل. اوكي شوف شو صار. جاليري. اوكي
دكتورة نكلتي على الأجوبة.
مش حسيت انه صار اشي. المهم ما غشيته. طيب 30 seconds to go.
مشينا وخلصنا.
All right. Let's see. Okay, Iman. First one, she walked to the store to buy some groceries.
ذهبت إلى المتجر. ذهبت إلى المتجر لشراء بعض البقالة، وممكن نبدلها بالخضروات والفواكه، بس هي أفضل شفتها البقالة.
Okay. يلا يا بيان الثانية.
يستمتع بقراءة الكتب في وقت فراغه.
أعطيني الإنجليزي قبل.
he enjoys reading books in his free time.
Okay, so what's the Arabic?
يستمتع بقراءة الكتب في وقت فراغه.
Okay, نور خالد.
They had a long conversation about their future plans. هم بيتكلموا بالمحادثة عن خططهم المستقبلية.
بالمحادثة ولا قصدهم long conversation يا نور إنه صار معهم محادثة طويلة أو تكلموا لفترة طويلة؟
لفترة طويلة.
Okay, good. Okay, نور. 4.
I visited the museum and learned about history. زرت المتحف وتعلمت حول التاريخ.
Okay, أسيل 5.
Yes, she always takes her dog for a walk in the evening. تأخذ كلبها دائما للنزهة في المساء.
اوكي في حدا أعطى version غير يلي انحكت قبل شوي؟ حدا منكم كتب أي من الجمل هاي بطريقة مختلفة؟
لا بس أنا كتبت learned about history، مش تعلمت عن التاريخ، تعرفت على التاريخ.
أوكي it could be yes.
دكتورة كمان الثالثة ممكن نحكي they had a long conversation أجروا بدل تكلموا. أجروا
yes.
محادثة طويلة.
أجروا محادثة. Yes, yes, it could be. Good. All right, good job, you guys. So we can say, if we want to work on it, سارت إلى المتجر لشراء بعض المواد الغذائية، أو متجر أو بقالة يا إيمان. It's good. يستمتع بقراءة الكتب في وقت فراغه. أجروا محادثة طويلة حول خطط مستقبلهم أو خططهم المستقبلية. زرت المتحف وتعلمت عن التاريخ. دائما تأخذ كلبها في جولة مسائية، أو دائما ما تأخذ كلبها في جولة مسائية. It could be written in many ways, but it should be written in a proper Arabic structure and grammatical way. اوكي؟
بس دكتورة بالنسبة لخمسة بحس إنه مش كثير صح إنه نبلش بظرف بالعربي، إنه أحسن لو حكيناها إنه تأخذ كلبها دائما في نزهة، أو إنه
نحكي it could be
دائما.
exactly. So yeah, Asiel, this is the difference between those who know the Arabic language and those who are not very good in the Arabic language. Okay?
Yes.
And this is what makes a good translator. You have to know your English or your Arabic as well as you know the one and the other. Okay? They should be both your mother tongue. Both of them. All right, you guys, I think that's it for today. We will stop here. We will do more exercises like this next time. So I will not send you this one, or is it the same? It's in the same one. طيب مش مشكلة. Do not cheat and do the next ones. We will do them in class. Okay?
طب دكتورة هاي الوحدة الأولى خلاص خلصنا الوحدة الأولى.
This is number 1.
Okay.
Okay? All right, you guys, I'll see you next time, inshallah, for the next class, which is not next Saturday, but the Saturday after that, لأنه translation 2 بيجي في أسابيع فردية فقط. أوكي، وإحنا في الأسبوع الفردي هلا. وفي حال تم تأجيل الامتحانات النصفية، ساعتها ما في داعي ناخذ حصة إضافية. ولكن إذا ما تم تأجيل الامتحانات النصفية حنضطر ناخذ حصة إضافية نعمل الوحدة الثالثة والأخيرة. أوكي؟
دكتورة بدي أسأل بس سؤال.
Yes, of course.
كتب الترجمة موجودة في الجامعة ولا لسه؟
والله I have no idea. ياسمين, you have to call the university. احكوا مع الجامعة وشوفوا إذا الكتب جاهزة ولا لا.
تمام إن شاء الله.
أوكي؟
العافية دكتورة.
All right, you guys, thank you for being here and I'll see you next